This is Fox News First.
How do you like that? Hasn't rained all morning long, and we come outside and it's raining cats and dogs here. But I guess if that was the case in the 1830s, you just have to manage it, right? This is Philip De La Pena here with the San Antonio Living History Association. And thank you for your patience here, because this literally came down. But I guess similar to the 1830s, the people back then just had to live with the conditions, right?
Yeah, they had rain back then too.
That's true.
So they made do and they adjusted, and sometimes that was even reflected often in kind of like the clothing they wore. A lot of the materials were kind of adapted for the weather, and they kind of beaded a little bit of the rain as well.
Yeah.
That's just they managed. They found a way to manage.
So this is what you would have looked like in the 1830s. I mean, does this breathe at all? I mean, it looks great, but I don't know how comfortable it is.
It does breathe. This is kind of what typical dress was in the 1830s. Right. Kind of our perception of how people dressed at the Battle of the Alamo is often shaped by Hollywood.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Hollywood kind of comes up with things that they think will look good, but are not necessarily historically accurate.
Yeah.
Typically, during the Battle of the Alamo, these men were dressed very much the way I am. This is a frock coat of the period. It's actually made out of linen.
Wow.
So it breathes. I have my shirt, my cravat. I'm also wearing a vest underneath my coat. Men in the 1830s would have dressed in full dress.
Right.
You didn't walk out in just your shirts, because that was kind of what that was considered walking out in your underwear.
Even in this heat, I mean, even the Texas heat back then, remarkable stuff. And you brought some other pieces here as well. And we want to tell everybody about this, because I don't know if everybody realizes this is a free event that you guys put on. It's literally history before your eyes, right?
Correct. Literally history before your eyes. Some of the stuff we got on display here are kind of the different impressions and some of the different clothing that would have been worn during the 1830s, and specifically during the Battle of the Alamo. If you take a look right here on this display, this is actually work clothes for the 1830s. It's made of a durable material called jean. It feels a little itchy.
It does.
Yeah. You don't necessarily want it rubbing up against your skin, but that's why you wear a shirt underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
On top, this is actually a form of cap. Actually, you can pick that up here.
Okay,
yeah. This is actually a form of cap. This is it was called during the time period a wheel hat.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, it's shaped like a wheel.
Yep.
This is made out of leather. They could have been made out of leather. Sealskin was a very popular item, and this kind of mimics that sealskin exterior. This cap is actually perfect for the weather today. It actually has a built-in flap.
Really?
Yeah, and the idea was that you'd pull the flap down.
I see.
And if you look at the jacket, it has a standing collar.
Yeah.
So the flap actually will come down
right over the collar.
Right over the collar.
Brilliant.
And that keeps the rain from getting on the back of your neck.
That is brilliant. Okay, we don't want to leave out Amanda here, because she's here, and bread is one of my weaknesses. But give us an idea, or I guess let me sneak in here, Amanda. Give us an idea of what you're doing. You didn't have a KitchenAid mixer with you back in the 1830s. What's going on?
No, bread was made by hand. I stirred this up about an hour ago, and I've been letting it rest and kneading it in between.
It's a good workout, isn't it?
Yes, so it needs quite a bit of kneading. It needs about 15 minutes of kneading to come out smooth.
And ultimately, you brought an idea of what the finished product might look like?
Yes, right here we have what the finished product would look like. I would have baked it right in my Dutch oven using an open campfire.
Right, and you had one here. But of course, we've been rained on this morning, so we've had to make do here. That is fascinating. And let's remind everybody again, Philip, about this weekend, because assuming the weather pans out for us, I mean, I've seen one of these before, and it really is something great to take the kids to, the entire family.
Oh, yes. Our visits to the past is this weekend in Alamo Plaza. We'll be out there from about 9 o'clock in the morning to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to have a wide variety of activities and demonstrations going on. Cooking, we'll definitely be talking about clothing. We're also going to have a contingent of Mexican Army soldado reenactors who are going to be doing period drill in the 1830s to represent the Mexican Army presence in San Antonio during that time period.
Classrooms and textbooks are great, but you just learn so much. This is such a fascinating experience. If you have a chance to take a look at it, 9 a.m. is when they'll start. Goes until 1 o'clock, and again, most importantly, it's absolutely free. So you can go out there, enjoy Alamo Plaza, and just, again, literally take in the history there. We'll have all the information at foxsanantonio.com. philipdelapena.com as well, and you can see how they made the bread back in the 1830s as well. So, again, thanks for rolling with the punches here in this crazy weather, but we appreciate it, and you guys will have a lot of fun this weekend. Thank you, Philip.
Thank you very much.
All right, and Amanda, to you, thank you very much. I think the bread's just about ready here. We'll step aside. Sean's going to tell us more about this rain here, find out how long this is going to fall, how much we're going to get today, and we'll be back with that after a break.